Hi there, this is Grice, author of the book You Can Survive Divorce. I'm an empowerment and divorce coach, guiding women to surviving and thriving after divorce. You can find out more about me and my ministry and my book at jengrice.com. I also offer resources, tools, and encouragement that you need to guide you through this foreign territory we call divorce. So today I'm going to be talking about the questions we ask, like maybe it was me, did I cause his divorce? Am I to blame for his divorce? He blames me, that kind of thing. This goes along with a blog article that I wrote on my blog. It's called, It's Not a Wife's Responsibility to Keep Her Husband, because we hear that a lot, don't we? So I'm going to start with a story. I remember when I found out about the first affair partner. I knew that boundaries were crossed, and I was devastated when I found out that my husband had taken my young daughters to meet this woman from work and her daughter. I wasn't told beforehand about this meeting, and he didn't even want to tell me after. But when I confronted him, then he got angry at me. We argued, and he threw the D word out and said that he was done. He left to stay at his parents' empty house, 15, 20 miles away. So after telling the pastor of the church we were attending at the time, the pastor told me that my husband had a problem and that I need to help him solve this problem. The problem was that he needed sex on a regular basis, and that was the only way that he felt loved. And you have to understand, I was very pregnant at the time, and I was having HG, or extreme all-day morning sickness, night sickness. I was just sick constantly. Wasn't able to keep anything down. So it's also important to know that at no time did my husband come to me and say that he was unhappy, that he wasn't being fulfilled in his sex life, that there was any problems or anything that I was doing was upsetting him, or that he felt our marriage was off track. In no time did we have any discussions about anything that he felt was going wrong. And you see, in my own healing, I've learned that that's what a healthy person does. An emotionally healthy person talks to their spouse, not acts out to seek attention, or worse, to hurt or be revengeful towards their spouse. When I was a teen, I was put into therapy where I learned to use the I statements, like I feel blank, whatever that means, angry, sad, whatever, when you do blank. So, like I said, I would have been welcome to the idea of somebody saying, I feel sad when you deny sex. Not that I was doing that, but you see what I'm saying. But I also learned with practice or experiencing this, that when you say, I feel blank when you do blank to a narcissist or an abuser, most times you get the response of, all you ever do is criticize me. And that's exactly what I heard. There was no healthy dialogue in my marriage, but that wasn't my fault. And I refused to take the blame for how my now ex-husband interacted or interacts with other people and his lack of boundaries. So back to the pastor's idea about me keeping my marriage or helping my husband so that he'll stay, because that's what I really heard. I heard him saying that I needed to be willing to have sex every 48 hours to, diminish the desire to have an affair or to help my husband feel loved so that he didn't act out in revengeful or hurtful ways. But after affair partner number 2 and 3, I started to realize that my role as a wife and my worth as a human being was to be a body for his release. I had no other worth or value beyond sex. And you know what that's called? That's sexual abuse. I was used for somebody else's pleasure. And if this is you right now, this is what you're experiencing or what you experienced, I'm sorry. You don't deserve it. You deserve so much more. You're worth more than being someone's blow-up doll or toy to play with. And honestly, it's not your fault if somebody else is doing this to you or using this as an excuse to commit adultery. Lastly, I was told that I was controlling. That's why he cheated. He just couldn't stand being controlled. So instead of talking to me about how he felt, he acted out in some sort of childish, negative attention seeking kind of thing. Again, that only proves his dysfunction. An emotionally healthy person says, I feel controlled, for example, when you do or say whatever it was that supposedly I was doing to control him. In all honesty, I'm sure he thought it was control because I didn't think it was appropriate for him to look at porn or sleep with other women or go sneak and have dates or text and delete texts and all those sorts of things. Yeah, that can seem very controlling when somebody's not letting you do what you want. But the point is, he was married, and that's not okay in a marriage. And so if that's what you're experiencing, I hope you feel the same way, that you're not controlling, you're only doing what's best for your marriage. And if somebody can't stick to those guidelines that we all understand in marriage, then they shouldn't be married anymore. And honestly, men just don't want to be nagged to do the things that they know they should do without being told. Because no one has to tell me, or I'm sure you, to make sure there's food in the house, to cook dinner, to do laundry, to take care of the kids, to pay the bills. That's your responsibility, to not run up tons of debt, and whatever else you do on a daily basis, all while not cheating on your husband. Even when I was mad or felt abandoned or not cared about or loved, I didn't cheat. Nope, I stayed faithful, and my guess is you did too. Otherwise, you wouldn't be still watching this video. There's nothing you could have or should have done to stop your husband or ex-husband from leaving or committing adultery. You and I both know that if the tables were turned and you were the one who had cheated on him, then he would have told every single person on the face of this earth that you were to blame for the breakup of the marriage. Of course he's going to do that when he's to blame also. That's just what narcissists or abusers or adulterers and deceivers do. They blame. So are you responsible for his adultery? Are you responsible for the fact that he left? Are you responsible for any of his actions for that matter? I hope you check out my blog post at jengrice.com/blog. I hope this was helpful for you. If you have any questions, I'd love to answer your questions in upcoming videos. So please leave those in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and like so that you know when I put out the next video. And I do hope to see you in the next video. God bless.